chemistry to Nollywood, my guest has been changing lives through filmmaking. He's tall, he's handsome, he's a ladies' man. He's also one of your favorite actors of all time. And guys, I know you're like, just tell us who he is already. All you have to do is stay tuned. My name is Enra Obanana. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, guys. I have with me Frederick Leonard, all swagged up from head to toe. Hey.
I just try.
What's happening?
Nothing is happening.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you're from Anambra. Mm-hmm. You stayed there like a long time?
No, I'm from Anambra, but I was born in Lagos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll be Lagos speaking.
So let's talk about biochemistry. So why did you just, leave that part of your life and be like, okay, let's go into acting?
See, let me tell you the truth. I'm going to be honest with you. Most kids in Nigeria have what I call a slow start. So most times, even at 22, you still want to be what your parents want you to be. You get what I'm trying to say? So my mom at the time had wanted me to be a medical doctor.
Yes. Oh, I feel like he's saying my story.
And then, we just they write the jam for the thing they come. Now I just write about Chem 19, just enter, just go study. I say, Mommy, don't worry, this one is close enough, Abi. Under the science, good. But before that, I've always known, as a kid, my dad would have visitors, and then it was during the days of turntable. I don't know how, if you're as old as I am, I'll go and put the turntable, then I'll start dancing Oliver the Coke and Osadebe and a couple of other people, even Michael Cree, Felix Liberty. I'll start dancing in the living room for visitors, And then my mom would always tell my dad, this guy will make a good entertainer. My dad would say, no, entertainers, when they are starting off, they suffer a lot. I want him to go to school, But even while in school, I was in secondary school, I was the assistant head boy, but I was president of press club.
Press club. Oh,
then
okay.
I switched school. When I went to a new school, I was part of Interact. Everything social, anything social. Really me. So while I was studying biochem, I done the old small, and then I started discovering myself. I started discovering myself. Okay, I said, let me do this for mommy. But when I come out, we need to have a conversation, babe.
I feel like a lot of people do that.
And then we had a conversation. I said, Mommy, I don't do your own. I might do my own. This is what I think I might excel. And then she said, no, you might not excel. You will excel. And even in the beginning when it was a bit rough and patchy, she said, you're not doing anything wrong. I see your films. You just need to clean up a few areas. You will excel. Stay there. So I don't come from a home where showbiz was disapproved. No, I got a stamp.
But you're having so much fun now.
I'm having the time of my life making film. Yes. I'm enjoying myself.
Which of the movies do you think, brought you to the limelight?
I would say Indian Doctor in 2008. After I played the Hindu fanatic, made an introduction, and then within the same year, 2009, quickly with Blessing Igbe of Lucky Wives, I did Disclosure. A lot of people remember that with Tana Delano. And Apollo and Co. in 2009. I did that, a lot of people loved it. And then the hustle continued. I started working with a lot of people, Divine Touch, a couple of people. And then in 2013, Taku Benson gave me a lead in a movie called Accident, starring myself, Kali Kagu, Chama Akbota. So I won awards home and abroad with that movie. And I think Accident made another introduction on a different level. So if you really ask me, a lot of movies I've done, even Nelson, Tonto Dike, a lot of wonderful actors in Edo. But I think for some reason, Teko is
So after Teko, the money went up.
But right now, everybody's talking about in every way. So for every stage in my career, I just do movies that, so
a lot of movies.
Yes, I've done close to 120 films.
Wait, what's your week like?
I'm loving this conversation. My typical week is wake up, say your prayers, run into the bathroom, get into the car and drive to work. And then when I'm done filming, I have 2-3 days in between, at the most. I sleep and I rest. I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I do not have the yearning to go clubbing. I'm not one.
You look very hyped, like from far. You're like, this guy's really hyper. I'm sure he's onto
Exactly. I
something.
wear 2 earrings and all that stuff, but it's just for the show.
Natural.
It's just for the show. I have a dual personality, so this
you're
is the one that puts food on the table. But Emeka is the quiet one that is at home.
You have to call his Igbo name.
Yes. You know. So really, my typical day is work. You know, anything and everything money related. I too like money. I'm an Igbo man, so.
But then, have there ever been that time where you have to, turn down a script?
Of course, you turn down very horrible scripts. The thing with becoming prominent is, to whom much is given, much more is expected. Your audience, the fans, they've seen you in a couple of films that they like, you know. Now, each time they sit down, they want to see you in a better film. So you must, as an actor, have that awareness. So when the scripts come, you would have to be very careful and say, hey, this one, if you do me some, make we leave them. You know. So, of course, every right-thinking actor would have moments where they send you a script, you look at it.
How about sometimes you see, you see a script and you're like, okay, this might not do very well. But then you give it a shot, and when you're watching it, you're like, okay, I mean, they tried.
That happens when you have a listening director.
Okay, so they change something.
Filmmaking is not teamwork. It be maybe one-man show, and no be business where you have to be an authoritarian.
I've heard cases where they say the directors say just read the lines, read what's there.
Nah, you cannot be a fantastic director if you do that. To your actors. Art is perspective. So when I read a script, what I see is probably what you don't see. A director, producer, writer sent me a script one time. And by the time I was done with the script, I called him on the phone for 3 hours. I gave him perspectives to the script that he did not know existed in the storyline, in the entire plot. I made him see the movie from an entirely different point of view. So if he was a rigid director, wouldn't have worked because I made him realize that his script was finer than he thought. So it's your understanding of the story, So it's a synergy of ideas. Director, you don't think if we do it like this, if I can't come like this, it will make sense. So, but at the end of the day, it's the director that takes all the credit, So 48 laws of leadership would make you understand that, look, you cannot lead if you're insecure.
All right, guys, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I have to read this one out. I mean, you were asked the qualities you deserve in a woman, and then you said, I'm not saying you should be the most beautiful woman in the world, but at the same time, I'm not asking for an ugly duckling.
Oh, Frederick,
I want to have very good-looking kids. An average-looking woman is okay. And he went on and on, but I just picked that part. I'm glad you remember. Has that changed? Or I'm still looking for a very pretty woman to have very pretty kids.
For some reason, I don't know why our parents told us when looking for a partner, look at innate qualities. Somebody will get good character. They kept focusing on innate qualities. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. It's important, but I'm going to teach my kids that the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning is very important. I have a lot of female friends that are in love with ugly men. I don't know why. And I keep telling them, remember that the girls like to look like their fathers. And I, for one, I like my daughter to go on that beauty pageant and see if she can represent Nigeria. So I'm looking at a fine woman, just in case he missed my genes.
But then you're in an industry where you have a lot of pretty women.
The question is if I would want to marry an actress. So I think that sorts that out.
You don't want to?
Okay, let me give you this. Let me give you this scenario. I have been blessed to be really busy. And cumulatively, I think I'm in my house for 2 months. Of the 12 months you have in a year.
Yeah.
So if I was married to an actress,
I mean, if you're married to an actress, she understands. She knows when you have to be on set. She also has to be on set.
You didn't get it. I said cumulatively, I have been in my house. Cumulatively, 4 days here, 3 days here, 2 days here. Cumulatively, 60 days, 2 months out of 12 months.
Okay.
So if I was married to an actress doing as well as I'm doing, who would run the home?
I think there's a way to do it, because we have actors who get married to actresses.
I know they're married now. There's not like, the reason
it's difficult everywhere. People do 9 to 5 and there's no one.
Let me tell you this. It depends on what your values are. It depends on what is important to you. All right? I don't have kids yet, and I'm close to 40. Okay, and
I don't make it one
and at
bit.
this point, and that is deliberate, because I don't want to be a baby daddy and have one baby mama somewhere that will be giving me drama.
The trouble.
So when the kids begin to come at this point, priority becomes the kids for me. Home, who would run the home? Now, do not get it twisted. I'm not asking for a woman who would sit down and do nothing. But find yourself something to do that prioritizes the home front. It is quite important. I think my responsibility as a man, call me crude, call me chauvinistic, call me old-fashioned, now your opinion, but my responsibility of a man is to actually be in my house cumulatively 1 month out of 12 months. Now the cross will get to carry with that as men, to be on the road and fend and provide and protect our family. As a woman, to find something you can do, but the home becomes your headquarters, becomes your territory. So by the time I'm off, you're off. I'm not trying to rub anything in, but do you think if the house helps and the cooks and the domestic staff were as intelligent and as elevated as you and I, you think they'll be doing that kind of job? So I'm not running them down, but they are doing the job, and those are the ones that you want to leave your kids for, because you're busy, because you're chasing material things. Very soon you're going to die, and they're going to put you in a box and lower you 6 feet below, and you're not going to travel down 6 feet below with any house you bought in Lekki. But you see those kids, if you bring them up well, your legacy lives on. And then they're going to see how you brought them up, and they're going to bring their kids up the same way. The cycle continues. I'm a well-brought-up kid, and I want to do the same with my kids. So it's important.
Are watching right now.
Yeah. So it's important. So it is important to me that the woman understands that we cannot let the cook and the house help and the drivers, and then the house help cannot be making my food. And me, I'll be microwaving it because you're on set and I'm on set. I know it sounds crude to some people.
How about, I'm not in the movie world, and then we get married, and I'm like, I like what you do. I mean, I want to produce, I want to direct, and I want to come in.
Are you asking if I can marry a producer director? Absolutely, 150%. You know why? I'm going to break it down.
Right.
Producer directors are not as busy as actors. Now, as a producer, you can build a team.
Yeah.
And at some point, you're going to have a production manager, all right, that understands what you stand for as a producer. So as a producer, your production manager can kick off the show for you in the morning. By 8 a.m., people are on set filming. And then you get there as my wife, who is a producer, by 10. And then you leave them by 6 p.m. Oh, yeah. In between, you can do school runs. Pick up the kids, and you leave them by 6 p.m.
Really heavy on this.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we're Africans, and we're quickly losing our values. And then, you know how many kids are into drugs and into other vices? Why? Because we too chase money. So we don't forget, say, these kids make people look after them. There is nothing God cannot do. You understand what I'm trying to say? Look around you. The world is a terrific sight. There is nothing God cannot do. So I think that making kids fall from heaven would have been very easy for God, but God decided to pass these kids through you and I because he wants people to guide them. And because you and I need to buy that autobiography, so we forget the kids and leave them for house helps. So at the end of the day, if you leave location by 6 p.m., as my wife, by the time production is wrapping by 10, 11 p.m., a good production manager should be able to hold ground for you while you go back home. So yes, I can marry a producer who is female.
All right, guys, so you've heard, there's no space for actors, but I mean, there's space for you now. I mean, there's space for the fans, so you can slide in to that DM and make the call. Yeah. So
you
guys,
never know.
let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll play a very short game.
Victor, what happened to my breakfast in bed?
It's not only breakfast in bed, it's breakfast in the garden. What kind of stay-home wife will ask a working husband to make breakfast in bed on a Monday morning?
I raised you better than to think that it is alright for a woman not to be married.
Did you have a brain surgery that morning?
Do not insult me, Stephanie.
It's a valid question, Victor.
You're not leaving this house until I'm satisfied with your dressing.
Will you behave yourself? What's the meaning of this madness?
Oh, you are lucky I'm not breaking it on your head and I'm breaking it on this floor. do something that you're trying to punish me for?
Friend, stop talking like a village girl and shut up.
Your friend, I will tell you, single-handedly built this marriage on lies.
And you said in your word, go ye into the world and multiply. But the reason my own Rachel has refused to multiply, I have no idea.
Sometimes you need to triple check your thoughts, go over them again and again and again before you open your mouth and form them into words.
Victor, please just stop it!
What relationship do you have with this girl?
She's my friend. Why are you still asking that?
She calls you babe. And you call her dear. Hey.
Welcome back, guys. So this is Frederick's favorite part of the game. Favorite part of the show, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so we have this little gift for you for coming to the show.
Are you joking?
And you're just going to pick one and read it, tell it what it says. You can like to answer. I know you like to answer, of course. But if you don't want to answer, we also have another gift for you. This one here. So,
boy.
let's try it.
Is that alcohol?
Nah, we don't do.
They know I don't drink. They know I don't drink, so I'll just rather answer. This one with the paper tick like this. The question will tick.
What does it say?
Okay.
What does it say?
Can I pick another one? Can I change it?
You cannot change it. My worry, brothers, take. This is for you if you don't want to answer. What does it say, first of all?
Can I pick another one?
What
I
does
get
it
paid
say?
to do this one.
What does it?
It says do a 1 minute monologue.
I think I know. 1 minute.
So I get paid to do this one.
You're doing it for the fans. Your fans. And we have seen all your movies and your monologues. We can see them on the internet. Yeah, take.
Okay. Let's try.
Okay. Glasses off. It's about to go down.
Let's try. Let's try.
I feel like monologues are the hardest. So I saw a colleague doing it, like she stopped and then her voice changed and everything. She got into character and she was just talking to herself. I'm like, is that what you guys do there? This thing is not easy. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as it looks. No, take another one.
Okay.
Take another one. It's fine.
Hey, I picked two. No, I haven't. Have you ever farted in public? No.
No?
No, I haven't. I didn't know say the thing won't come. I could just say, guy, might don't make come. And I go that way, I do it.
I say you have to pick one more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the last. What does it say? Should I help you?
Really? I hear this is trending.
Yeah, I know what he thinks.
Okay. I hope I don't get shot for this now. And this is trending. Now this says, do your version of the saying, say fine boys like us. We know they look for women. Maybe they look for women, so I don't know how that works. Now then they rush us.
Yes.
I like the Charles Inoje version. He was stuttering and he was saying it. So how do I do my version?
So that's what you're gonna do.
Right.
So this gives you an idea of what you're gonna do.
I won't take drum now. It feels very unreal because women know they rush me.
That's a lie. Hey.
Women they rush me. Yeah. So I don't know how is this. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do it with you. Is that okay?
All right.
Okay. What's your name again, baby?
NY.
NY. Can we do dinner tonight?
Okay. We're not going to take that in that accent. Do it like Charles.
Like Charles.
Do it like Charles.
You want me to
Charles,
sound
see what I said?
Charles, I'm not saying you're
He said-
ridiculous, but really, you want me to sound that ridiculous?
He said, you know, say, fine boy like us.
You don't say five boys like us. We don't chase people like that they rush us. I think that's how he said it. He's always stuttering when he talks.
Yeah.
That they rush us.
Okay, that can pass. He did well.
Right? I think that's close to how he would deliver that.
Yeah, I mean, you got the voice.
Right?
Yeah, you got it right. So have you ever had, I'm sure you would have, I mean, people walk up to you all the time and say, I like what you did this movie, and then they just assume, okay, if you're bad in a movie, you're bad, you know, in real life. They can't differentiate, you know, you
Yes.
being in movies
Yes.
and you being you.
In the beginning, I had a problem with it, but now I don't. I think it's a blessing when people.
Yeah, it means you
when
did
people
it
feel,
really
exactly,
well.
when people feel that way, because you know, for my head, I still feel you should know it's a film. Now, come on, I can't be like that. But when people get drawn in and forget it's a film and begin to think you're like that, it means that you know your job as an actor. It means that believability was achieved. It means that the audience could connect with the character that you just portrayed.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good. So yes, I get that all the time, and it tells me, okay, Frederick, you did well with that character.
Have you ever played a pastor?
Have I ever played a pastor?
Nah.
No.
Nah, if
No, I
I
have
see you
not.
praying, or then I'm like, ah,
But I'm very spiritual. I don't know why producers are holding back from doing that. A lot of people say, Frederick, do you go play pastor for film? Now if you say you go to sleep with all your church members. Probably we're going to have to weave a story like that, but not necessarily. You know, looks has nothing to do with acting. I tell people all the time. A lot of people get into business.
But in Nollywood, I think it does, because, I mean, directors or producers, so they're writing a script and then they have you in mind because they know that, you know, you're going to play this role so well, and, I mean, look at you now. To put you in pastor, even the fans who ask them questions.
But I don't want to call names, but I can tell you of terrific actors in Nigeria, even in Africa, that aren't good looking. But
Very true.
but I look
Very
at their
true.
craft and I go like, now acting be that. You know, their craft is so humbling. You go humble, you will be your fellow practitioner. So it has nothing to do. It's just an added value. But I even think globally, I think the best actors are not necessarily the finest ones. Because sometimes beauty holds you back. Because what beauty does for you is it gives you fans very early. It also gives you false fans. There's something you call false fans. Fans who know nothing about acting. They just like you because you're fine. Very few of them understand role interpretation. So if you're not careful as a fine person, your career will be short-lived. Okay. Because the false fans come first before the main fans. More than others, but
So a lot of actors have false.
So at the end
fans.
of the day, you begin to think that you're there because you have more than 1 million followers on IG, you have this, you have that following and stuff. So you're a fine boy, you're a fine girl. So you think you know how to act. Now lie, you never sabi. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because when push comes to shove and when an analyst begins to break down your approach to character interpretation, you understand that the people who give you those accolades, what they see is the fact that you look good on camera, which is an added value. It's a plus. Because at the end of the day, why do people watch TV? They want to relax, they want to smile, they want to be happy. So they don't want to see
I
ugly.
don't see fine people.
Yeah, they don't want to see ugly people. Even music videos, they don't want to see ugly looking people. But then, hey, it's a story we're telling. And when you look at the story, for example, sometimes the characters in the story aren't supposed to be fine. You know, not every character you play, even as a fine person, would have to look fine. You know, so that is why when you're supposed to cry well, make the vein come out for your head, let the mucus run down your nose. Cry and forget that you have over 2 million followers where they call you fine, but you can't hold back your fine. The false fans will tell you, you act that film well. But you begin to ask yourself, in a short time, where your career go? Should be your fans say you sabi act. So you see that it can be a blessing and a curse if you don't manage it well.
Guys, you have heard it all. I didn't even know there was false fans. I think I am one. Because when I watch your film, sometimes I was like, this person.
Now fine, they look. You know, they look
Oh
interpretation.
yeah, follow on Instagram. Bring this person on the show.
So you for look interpretation. It's very important. And that is why you see that the very organic actors, like Ramsey, Sam Dede, Omotola, Andy Joke, you know, even Nse recently, they are still relevant because they forget this and dig deep. And dig really, 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 really deep to pull Ebele Okaro. You understand me? She rolls on the floor. Everybody loves Ebele Okaro. You know, so that's it. You understand what I'm saying? You see Chiwetel Ejiofor in 12 Years a Slave. Forget how you look. Get in the character. No worry. Person will like you. If you're supposed to cry, let the mucus run. It will not change the fact that you're fine. If you find you don't find, so let it go. So sometimes when you have people say that to you a lot, they give you a script, you don't want to let yourself go. They give you certain costume, you don't want to wear it because you feel it's going to cramp my style, man. Come on, man. You know, not lie. We are not playing you. We are playing a character that is undergoing a situation.
I feel like some of my viewers are even saying, whether you call it false fans or not, they still want to follow you on Instagram. So give us your handle.
Well, when I even say false fans, I'm not trying to bullshit anybody. I'm not trying to say we don't appreciate the fans. I'm saying false fans from the POV of an actor. Like, it is false. Don't get carried away. They love you, yes, it's a good thing, but be careful. Be careful. It is important that you invest more in your craft. I'm not saying false because they don't mean well. Of course, they mean well. You understand? Everybody has the right to like what they want, but let what they want not stop you from working harder. So that your train no go stop halfway.
So give us your handle.
My handle is at Freddy Leonard. Shikena. I have just one account, and till I die, I'll only have one account. I don't have the need for another account.
Same here. We do have one account on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It is AMC Channels. Thank you so much. We had such a great show. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. I've had a great time being here.
Catch you guys next time on the show, guys.